Never again, eh?
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
I think you need to wear one because you can't swim. I can swim. Ja, nu gaan we het doen.
Ja, gaan we to the island now.
Yeah, we're going to the island.
Zin gewoon dit. Over de Suriname rivier.
Ja, déjà vu.
Ja, gepast. Dat is een goed. Je kan zeggen wat je wilt. Ja. Ja, ja. We zijn er, we moeten eruit. Ja. Yes.
369.
Ja, maar van je bij de man kunnen komen. Boe,
Is dat wel waterproof?
Ja, het is wel waterproof. Toch wel. Nou, we gaan lopen even. Kom. Let op je, let op. Hey, Yvonne, let op dat ding dat je... Ja, let op.
And the first Europeans to arrive on this fort, it was the Portuguese. They arrived here in the 15th century. And the Portuguese were here till one of their famous explorer, who was named after Andrew, died on this fort. And Andrew was buried on this fort, and the name of this fort was named after him. They call it St. Andrew's Island. That was the first name of this fort. So the second Europeans to start the construction of this fort with slaves, it was the Baltic Germans and the Hollandians. People call them Latvians today. The fort was firstly constructed by them around 1651. So by 1659, the fort was taken control by the Netherlands for a couple of years. And in 1661, the British took over the fort. So when the British took over the fort in 1661, they also changed the name of this fort for the second time from St. Andrew's Island to St. James Island. So in 6th of February 2011, the brother of Michael Jackson also came here with the former President Jammeh. So when they also arrived on this fort, they also changed the name of this fort for the second time, for the third time. Now it is from St. James to Kunta Kinte Island. So, and according to the history, over 900 slaves were used to be here at a time, waiting for the Middle Passage on board to the New World. And the amount of slaves that were used to be here, they spent only 3 weeks on this fort. Every 3 weeks, they shipped them to Europe and to America. But before 3 weeks, these 900 slaves, as they were not having enough food to feed their slaves, so they give them food and water only once in a day. This is just to keep them alive. This is why before the arrival of their slave ships, many of their slaves, they become very weak on this island, and some they died because of hunger and starvation. So when they died or they become weak, They don't bury the dead slaves on this island. They don't bury them on this island because they did not have enough space of burying their dead slaves. So all what they do is they keep on feeding them with animals that were hanging on this river. Those were sharks and crocodiles. So when they become weak or handicapped, the same thing will apply to them. So you can see over there at this at the end of the island, you can see near the baobab tree there, you can see a big cannon, and where the cannon is lying on, it is lying on a grave of the famous Portuguese explorer. That's where St. Andrew was buried. And he is the only European trader who was buried on this island. All the rest, they take them to San Domingo. That's where they have the European trader cemeteries. And you can see the island also. It is still located in its original structure. And all these constructions on this fort, it was all done by slaves, beating and killing, transporting them to America, or feeding them with animals. So, and this is the model of the island. You can see how the slave prisons were constructed, and most of them are all taken by the river. And this is the fort itself. And the fort itself also, when you get inside, it was having 4 corners. Those corners are called Bostons: East Bostons, South Bostons, West and North Bostons. And they were called as defensive position. They put 24-pounder cannons in each of these Bostons so that they could be protected here together with their slaves. So for your further information, is going to be rightly held inside of the fort, okay? So as you can see the fort, it was 2-deck or 2-story building. They have up decks and down decks. So the upper decks were used as a residence for the agent of their trading companies, and the down decks were used as their administrative offices. They have a very strong government on the island. So when we go over that side, we will be able to enter inside. Yeah. And this is one of the biggest rooms on the island, and it was used as European armory. It is the place where they keep guns and ammunition. So in 1725, there was a gunpowder explosion in this room. So there was also a gunpowder explosion in this room in 1725. And during that explosion, 11 of British soldiers were inside of this room according to the history. And they all died here because of the explosion of that powder. That's why you can see most of its part is all in ruins today. And that the explosion of that gunpowder was caused by the heatness of the sun. Because before the matches will be invented and lighters will be invented, in those days our ancestors, they don't have matches, they don't have lighters, but they use volcanic rocks like this to create fire, right? Stones like this, we call them volcanic rocks. Okay. Yeah. So we are coming to see the next step, and the next step is the water cisterns. These are the water cisterns where they collect rainwater. They don't collect fresh water, but they collect rainwater to fall in these 2 rooms. So water can be staying in these 2 rooms for a couple of months, but before 1-2 weeks time, the water is very high, very stagnant, very dirty, and it's never been hygienic. So when slaves want to drink, they bring them here and give them bath water to drink. So when they drank that bath water, before 1-2 weeks time, they used to be affected with a disease called diarrhea, dysentery, and cholera. And they used to be dying also like flies. So the more they are dying is the more they are throwing them in the river, because in those days slaves were not used to be treated as human, but like livestock communities, like animals in those days. This is why all kind of maltreatments they lied on slaves. So this is also the one of the underground prison, and it is the prison which is still located in its original structure. And the first slave to kept in this prison is called Kunta Kinte. This is where he was kept after when he was transported all the way from San Domingo. Kunta Kinte have 2 weeks here. After 2 weeks, he was transported to America in a place called Virginia. That's where he was sold as slave. So you can come and see where he was tied. So they tied him here with these chains, metal chains. This is caught by the government. So they put this on his neck, hands and foot, and he spent 2 weeks here. After 2 weeks, he was taken to Virginia in America. So when he was taken to Virginia in America, he tried to escape also. They want to change his name to Toby. He never accept that name. And also he tried to escape for 3 times. The third time when he was captured, he was amputated. They cut his foot and there he was no more a viable slave. But his grandson, Alexei, traced his roots in this community in 1973. So in 1977, he started making the movie of Roots. So that's why the place become more interesting and more filmed throughout the whole world. So you see Kunta Kinte was kept in here, and then when he was taken to America, they put over 30 to 40 peoples here, the captured Africans. That's why they kept them, 30 to 40 people. So during their time of staying here, they couldn't go out because the door is always locked. So they can be standing here for 3 weeks before the arrival of their slave ships. So, but before this ship arrive, it is the only place when they want to keep them alive. It is the only place where they used to pass their food and water through. And slaves in this prison here, they fight each other. We call it survival of defeated. Only the strong ones will survive. All the weak ones, they die here also. Okay. So from here we are going to the branding iron center where they brand market them with hot irons.
Really, bro.
Wauw, het is
Bro, jij staat hier.
ja, man, het is echt triest om te zien, you know. It's really sad to see, man. Ja. Ik word er gewoon emotioneel van. Niet te geloven, man.
This part was the front side of the island.
Okay.
And there used to be the old landing place where ships anchored. You can see the European original bridge there. So on that bridge, they use this one, not that one. That one is made by the government, so people can enter.
Yeah. But this one was
yeah, you see. Yeah, it was 2 long meters away from here. Yeah. Yeah, this is the landing place.
Wow.
You see the metal, you know, the bridge.
Yeah. Wow.
So from here is to America. You either reach or you die on the way. Yeah. And that other side you can see some of the ruins of slave prison. That is the women's slave yard.
Okay.
They keep slave women there, and those are the ones they rape. They make them pregnant. Then they are taken to America or to Europe. They sell them 2 in 1 price because of the baby.
Ja, Yvonne.
Some of the ruins. All these trees are baobab trees. Very old trees, more than 400 years old trees today.
Ja, Yvonne, je voorouders waren niet zo lief. Huh?
Maar ik heb geen hoofdjes.
There was a building here. You can see the foundation of that building.
Yeah.
So, and in the middle of that building, they burn fire here. So the slaves that were selected by their companies, they burn fire here, and the British will put iron, the Netherlands will put iron, Baltic German, the Germans will put iron, Portuguese, French. So each of these trading companies, they have different logos. So they put it on the chest of their slaves. So that was the way they identify them when they take them to America or to Europe.
Wow.
So after branding them with that serious pain on part of their body, they will still take them to the administrative side, to the councillor's room, where they will be putting heavy chains on part of their body, and then the supervisors will take them to the ship. And when the ship depart, all the ones that were not selected, on that very day, they feed them with animals. In the next 1-2 weeks time, they are bringing new ones on the island. So this is why over millions of souls, but the historian says that it's more than millions of souls. It's millions of souls that are still remaining on this world. So this is the councillor's room. It is where they also give them English names. Most of the slaves, they change their African names to English names or to European names. So this is the place where all these things were used to be held in. So from there, the supervisors also, they will put heavy chains on part of their body and then escort them to the ship. Right? That was the role of their councillors. And they have the governor's room here also. And the governor was responsible of all their administration. on this fort, and he was responsible to bring the aggressive slaves for their justice. So here was used as the courthouse.
Yeah.
So all these aggressive slaves, before the ship arrived, they judged them here. So as a man, if you don't comply with their rules or with their administration in this place here, they easily killed you, or you are easily castrated. So these are the two things that they do on man. They easily kill you or they castrate you here. So and castration, yeah, kepuka. So that one. So let's come to the last place now. And so if you come to this panel here, you see exactly how the island was built in plan. This is the actual size of the island. You can see all the flood footprints here. The lighthouse was a wood.
Yeah.
So the wood one is destroyed and the government put the metal one here, yeah. Which can stay longer. Yeah, metal can stay longer.
Toch wel het is impressive, but it's a dark side of the history, you know. Very dark side. Wow.
Yeah, it's a real life one.
Yeah. But you know, I went to Berlin.
Berlin, yeah?
Yeah, the capital of Germany.
Yeah.
And we visited the Holocaust Memorial.
Okay.
It was similar like this. But
Okay.
It's very impressive to see.
Okay.
In a bad way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very sad story.
Very sad story.
You can't believe a human can do that way, human.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
So you can never believe a human can do that way.
Human.
That's why we will never forget the history.
Yeah.
You see the shape of the island now, it's coming up now, you see. Just look at the shape. Yeah, you see the shape.
Yeah, the line for the...
Yeah, you see the line. You see the shape.
We hebben het gehad, we gaan terug. Indrukwekkend, very impressive. Het is een donkere side of our history. En niet van mijn history, but from my ancestors, you know. It still hurts. I still feel the pain, man. Laat me eerst gaan, dan kan ik je eventueel opvangen, Yvonne. Of ga je eerst? Ja.
Ja, thank you.
Zo.
Ik heb bijna vanaf je.
Ja. Is toch wel indrukwekkend dit. Okay.
You can see the father, the mother, and the baby. You see how they put chains on part of their neck. And that one on the wall when they travel trade in miles, when they are transporting them through the Portuguese side, that was the way they put chains on part of their body. So many of them died on the way because of heaviness of their chains. And their dead body will be a food for the bird you can see on the picture. Those are heroes, right?
Safari, bro, you happy?
No, it's not happy.
Very stressed. You want to
Sad about the history.
It's his
Because
history.
it's his history.
It's his history.
The best guide in
best tour guide in Kufore, Lamin. Lamin, the best tour guide in roads.
yeah, man.
Lamin.
Ja, zijn we er.
Boy,
Thanks, man.
Yes, so thank you very much.
Yes, thank
Thanks,
you.
Yes, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Lamin. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
nice to meet you. And we will see you.
Hey, thanks, bro. We gaan nu snel terug.
Boy,